Hello, so welcome to our Clearing FAQs questionnaire Q&A with Katie and Emma. I'm Wajida, I'm from the marketing team, and we know that everyone has a lot of questions around clearing, especially if you're new to education, and it's something that you want to explore. It's very new for some people to learn that FE education and colleges actually do courses in higher education. So it's really important for us to be able to let you know what we have to offer at Leicester College and how we can help you jump back onto the education ladder or join the education ladder. So first and foremost, I'm going to introduce Katie, who's our careers advisor, and let Katie do an introduction.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Wajida. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation today on clearing. So, yeah, I am. My name's Katie, and I'm from the college careers team. And I'm joined by my colleague Emma today, who's from our higher education team. And I'm just going to kick off first, and we're going to explain a little bit more about actually what clearing is, and then provide you with some top tips on what to do if you find yourself in clearing. And then Emma's going to talk about the higher education courses on offer at Leicester College and the clearing process with us. So if I kind of get started then on just explaining what is clearing. So clearing is basically how universities and colleges like Leicester College fill any places they still have available on their higher education courses. Now, this year, clearing opened on the 5th of July, so it is now open, and it closes in October. Now, most students will use clearing from A-level and BTEC results day onwards, which this year falls on Thursday, 18th of August. And this is normally once then their level 3 results have been confirmed. Now, if you already have your results, you can enter clearing now. So how are you eligible for clearing? So you're eligible for clearing to find a higher education course to start in September if you're applying for the first time after the 30th of June. So actually any UCAS application received by UCAS after this date is automatically entered into clearing. You could find yourself in clearing because you've already applied and you might not be holding any offers after using your 5 original choices on your UCAS application. So this could be because you didn't receive any offers, or you declined them, or you didn't meet the conditions of your offers. You could also be in clearing if you've actually already applied through the UCAS hub, and you can register and obviously then start making an application to enter clearing. And also in your UCAS hub account, if you are in clearing, it will be really clear because it will say you're eligible for clearing. So if you log into your UCAS hub, your application status will show you whether you're in clearing. And if you are, you'll have a clearing number, which is unique to you, and you'll need this when you start contacting any universities or colleges you're interested in applying to. So at this point, I think it's also really important. So if you're not currently in the UCAS system, Leicester College are also very keen to hear from non-UCAS applicants, as the higher education team, which is Emma's team, can talk you through the application process once hopefully any offer has been made to you. So absolutely don't let the fact that you might not be in the UCAS application system put you off applying. Now, just a few kind of tips around, because it can be quite overwhelming if you do find yourself in clearing. So first of all, I would say don't rush into making a decision. So there's lots of things to consider. So try and get some advice if you can. So obviously you could talk to a careers advisor, any teachers or friends and family, or a combination, as they can obviously help you to consider courses that might suit you. And obviously, you can speak to a careers advisor at Leicester College by completing the careers service inquiry form on our website, and the link is going across the screen there, I think. So to see what courses then are available in clearing, you can actually go onto the UCAS website and use their course search tool, as well as actually looking on university and college websites such as Leicester College. And Emma's going to talk about that in a bit, about vacancies and courses available. Now, before that, then you actually can add a clearing choice. You will need to call and speak to the universities or colleges you're interested in to have a conversation and for them hopefully to want to offer you a place. So before you make that call, just be prepared. So try and have your clearing number, if you have one, to hand, your UCAS personal ID, if you've already applied through UCAS, and your results and perhaps any personal statement to hand as well. But as I've mentioned, don't worry if you haven't yet made an application through UCAS. Don't let this stop you at all from making some calls. And then the university or college will advise you how best to apply. So it's best to then have a conversation and advise them what course you're interested in and ask if they'd be happy to offer you a place. And my advice again is just to treat this like a conversation, but it is a mini kind of telephone interview. So it's good to be prepared to explain, why you're interested in the course, why you want to study that subject. And that's why having your results there and your personal statement with you can obviously help kind of prepare you for that. And then actually you can get informal offers over the phone, possibly from a few different universities and colleges, but then you'll need to obviously decide which one you'd like to accept and add as a clearing choice. And just be aware that any verbal offers that are made over the phone call or in writing then may have a short lifespan. So it's, for example, they may say the offer's only valid for 24 hours. So just be really kind of wary of that and make sure you're clear about any time limits on the offer that's been made to you. And then hopefully, once you've made those some conversations, had some telephone calls, and you've decided which course you'd like to accept, you can add your clearing choice in your UCAS Hub application, which is from 3 p.m. on A-Levels results day, which is the 18th of August. So then this counts as you accepting the offer with that university. So if they then, or college, so if they then confirm, it will show as an acceptance in your UCAS Hub account. Now, you can only add one choice at a time, but if the university or college doesn't confirm your place, you'll be able to add another. So I'm hoping that gives you a little bit of kind of an overview on what clearing is and kind of how to manage it. And I'm now going to pass over to Emma, who's actually going to go through how clearing works at Leicester College and what courses we have available here.
Thank you very much, Katie, for that introduction into UCAS clearing. I'm Emma. I am the Higher Education Coordinator, and if you do call us on our clearing line and come and inquire about our courses, it's likely that you'll come through to myself or one of my colleagues in the Higher Education team. Now, our degree level provision, which is the courses that are open for clearing, are open to all applicants. And you will find the best place to find what is available for you is via the Leicester College website. And we have a lovely bright clearing tile on the homepage of the website. And if you click on that, you'll be able to go in and see what courses might suit you and the courses that you might want to apply for. Now, as Katie said, if you're a UCAS applicant, you'll be going through the clearing option. But I will also talk about our courses and how you might be able to apply if you're not in the UCAS process, because we know a lot of our applicants might be returning to education, might be mature applicants. So we also have a very easy process for those applicants that aren't in the UCAS application process. So just a little bit about our courses. So our degree level courses are generally the level 4 and level 5 higher and national diplomas or foundation degrees. Now, those courses are both equivalent to the first 2 years of a degree, and we offer a little bit of flexibility into our degrees, whereby you can graduate after the 2 years of your higher national or your foundation degree, or you can stay on for a further year and get your full bachelor's degree in our range of top-up programmes. And we also have a 2-year accelerated degree in acting, which is quite a unique course. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit in a minute. So if you're unsure of where to study, of course, you can look on our website and it will tell you the range of courses and whether they are higher nationals, foundation degrees or top-ups. And we also offer our courses either in part-time or full-time mode on some of them. So you might find that courses are only offered in part-time mode. Some of them, or most of them, are actually full-time courses that you'll find on UCAS as well. So if you'll think of starting an application, as Katie said, you can either go straight into clearing through UCAS, or you might want to give us a call because you're not holding any offers. Now, I'm mainly going to be talking about our full-time provision now, because our part-time provision is there for you to apply for directly. If you go onto our website, you can click on the apply button and apply for a course directly that way. Or you could just give us a call and we can still take your inquiry over the phone through our clearing hotlines, but obviously we won't be talking about that much today because we're talking about the UCAS clearing process. So our full-time undergraduate courses range from business, computing, travel and tourism, healthcare, creative industries, which include fashion and footwear, graphic design, photography, special effects and artistic makeup. We also have higher nationals in engineering, construction, degree programs in performing arts and music technology. And all of these are either higher nationals or foundation degrees, most of which are also awarded by De Montfort University, which is our partner. And our accelerated degree in acting is a fairly unique course, which means that you achieve your bachelor's degree over 2 years instead of 3. So that might be something that you're interested in looking into. Like I said, we also offer top-up programs, and they are for students that may have already gained a higher national diploma or a foundation degree and are looking to top up their studies to a bachelor's degree just by doing one further year. And you can apply for those courses also on UCAS. And if you're looking at a part-time course, you can apply for that directly through our website. So as Katie explained, UCAS clearing is now open, which means if you're starting an application, you can apply directly to us. Also, don't forget that you will find us via Clearing Plus. This takes you to your kind of top 50 course matches, and then you'll be able to tell universities and colleges that you're interested in their courses. And then it's an easy way of us being able to contact you because we know that you're interested just by looking at your Clearing Plus records. And then we'll go through our clearing process, which I'll talk about in a moment. We think it's important to acknowledge that a lot of people might be thinking that they want to apply, but the UCAS process is daunting. And like I say, you might not have started a UCAS application, you might not be a school leaver or have that support in completing your UCAS application. So we ask you to seek advice in the first instance, which is just by giving us a call. If you contact us, and we can pop our email addresses on the screen, I do believe, you can either contact the Careers Advisor team, which is Katie's team, or contact us directly via email or over the telephone, and we can give you some advice on what's probably the best process for you, what's the best course for you, and also how to apply in the most appropriate way depending on your circumstances. So a little bit about the experience about what you'll get when you call us during clearing. So regardless of whether you're a UCAS applicant, whether you're applying for a part-time course or a full-time course, if you call our clearing line, you will come through to either myself or one of my colleagues. And we will firstly take down some of your details. And that will mainly be, firstly, if you're a UCAS applicant, it will be the details that Katie was talking about, which you'll find on your UCAS hub, which are your UCAS ID number and your clearing number. And we'll use that to be able to identify you and be able to make sure we can access your application quite quickly and see all of your exam results and details straight away, so we can pass that on to an admissions tutor. If you don't have that to hand, we can take down the details over the phone. That'll be your contact details, and importantly, it will be the details about your qualifications. So be prepared when you call our clearing line to have your GCSE English and Maths results to hand, at least be able to tell us the grades, and your highest qualification. We also consider non-standard applications, so we might also ask you about your life and work experience and how that might be suitable for you doing this degree level course. And we will then have that conversation with you, tell you a little bit about Leicester College and what it means to be on your course and who your awarding body might be. That could be the relationship with De Montfort University and what that means for you as an applicant. And then we will pass your details on to an admissions tutor who will contact you for an over-the-phone interview. And they'll probably talk to you a little bit more about the course, give you a little bit more advice and guidance, and make sure that the course is appropriate for you and vice versa. Should you be successful, you'll receive another phone call from our team and we will guide you through the application process. We will make sure that your offer is put onto our system, and we will then advise you about how to add that choice onto UCAS if you're a UCAS applicant, and we'll give you the course details. So when it comes to, if you ring us on the 18th of August, after 3 p.m, you can go to UCAS and put in the right details, and then we'll make sure that you're accepted. And then following that, you'll be invited to enrolment and induction by the course tutors should you be successful. So for all those considering degree study next year, we hope that offers you a little bit of insight into what we do and our clearing offer and our processes. And we look forward to hearing from you. Like I say, if you want a little bit more information about our courses, do not hesitate to contact us. We will be able to tell you what might be right for you and how to apply. So if a lot of this is a bit too much information at the moment, just give us a call.
Thank you, Emma. So I'm going to I've got a few questions that we've had sent in. So I'm going to ask those questions. But before I go ahead, just a few numbers that I'm going to flash up onto the screen. So you have the telephone number for the college, which is 0116 224 2240. And if you ask for the HE department, you'll be put through to the relevant team or the careers advice team, and they can put you through and get you booked on. However, we also have the option, and I'll put the addresses up. You've got our clearing website web address, which is actually running on the bottom of the screen now. That will give you a lot of answers as well and let you get to a form where you can click through and get careers advice. And then if you wanted to book it directly, there's a second link that's now flashing that's mainly related to careers advice as well. So we have some questions, but before I start, one of the common questions, which I think you have answered, but I think it's always worth clarifying. Are the courses university level? Who wants to answer that? Who wants to take that one on?
I'll take that one on, thanks, Regida. Yes, our courses, our degree level courses are university courses. So as you'd experience at a traditional university, a 3-year undergraduate bachelor's degree is the first year is level 4, the second year is level 5, and the third year is level 6. And your bachelor's degree is a level 6 qualification after you've completed. Now at colleges, you might find that those qualifications are kind of broken up a little bit more. So our courses tend to be level 5 courses, and we offer you the option to stay on a further year and top up. That's why we have top up courses in a lot of our curriculum provision, to make sure that students that do complete foundation degrees or higher national diplomas either can have the option to graduate at level 5 with the HND or the FD and go off into work or go off onto their own career journeys, or they can stay on for another year and get that full bachelor's degree. So it is still a 3-year pathway to an undergraduate degree, but there's a little bit of flexibility in there because we have the separate qualifications. So the higher national diploma or the foundation degree, and then you get a full degree if you stay for an extra year, and it is equivalent to university level provision. Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you, Emma. So the next question is, can I still apply for course through clearing? So is there still time to apply?
I'll take that one. Yeah, I think hopefully we've covered that, but definitely, hopefully we've got that across. So clearing is very much open, and you've still got plenty of time to apply for a course through clearing, and it's open now. So start obviously looking and researching courses that have availability, and we still have places on our courses at Leicester College. So If you are obviously applying through clearing, you will need to register for that UCAS Hub account and complete an application as normal. But unlike applying before clearing opened, you'll only be able to add a choice after you've submitted your application and once you've had that permission or that offer from the university or college you want to apply to, which I think myself and Emma both touched on earlier. And then what will happen is if you're applying through the traditional UCAS system, they will send you then a welcome email with details of how to access your application and that all-important clearing number, which you'll need to contact your universities and colleges in the first place. So that's the long answer. The short answer is yes.
Brilliant. So actually, off the back of that, what if I was considering going back into education and higher education, but I wasn't ready this year? Am I best waiting till clearing is over in order to do an application if I was considering it for next year, say?
Yeah, so absolutely. So obviously the UCAS application cycle will open again in September this year for applications for wanting to start a higher education course in September 2023. So absolutely, clearing is for, starting in, the autumn term this year.
Perfect, thank you. So the next question that I have is, I don't have a UCAS application and I have not come from school or college. Can I apply? But I think you've just answered that because you said that you can set one application up and then you'll get a response from them, won't you, from UCAS, Katie?
I think as well, sorry, Katie. I think as well, it's important to note that if you are really not wanting to start a UCAS application right now, providing you are only applying to Leicester College and you don't have any other offers or holding any offers elsewhere, you are able to apply directly to the college. We do tell UCAS that you're an applicant on your behalf. So you would still have to have your details reported to UCAS, but to save you applying directly through UCAS if you're not comfortable with that, if you contact us and tell us that should you get an offer on a course, we can help you apply to the college directly without having to go through that process, because we actually report your details to UCAS on your behalf.
It's great to know. Thank you, Emma. So the next question that I've got is, I don't want my firm choice. Can I use clearing to start this year?
Okay, yeah. So yes. So basically, you might have changed your mind and no longer want to go to the firm choice offer that you've accepted. So in that case, UCAS have introduced now this decline my place button in your UCAS application, and this is the process basically for releasing yourself into clearing. So it is pretty straightforward, but obviously just a little bit of a word of advice there. Just ensure you definitely want to decline that firm offer that you might be holding before you obviously do that, because once you've done it, obviously you've you kind of released yourself from that university. But absolutely, if you don't want your firm choice, you can enter yourself into clearing. But I would just also say that maybe for anybody out there who's holding an offer and they still want to go to that university or college, but would like to maybe be considered for a different course because you might have changed your mind in terms of what you want to study, then obviously you don't need to decline your place. You could just contact the university or college and have that conversation with them. Hopefully.
Thank you, Katie. So the next question that we have is, can I swap my firm and insurance choices now that I've got my results?
Do you want to take that, Emma?
Yeah. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, no, you can't at this stage swap firm and insurance choices once you get your results. Now, if you now want to go to your insurance choice instead of your firm choice, you will actually need to go through clearing. So kind of decline the offers you're holding, like I mentioned earlier. So you could obviously self-release into clearing. But what I would, again, a bit of advice there is, if you are thinking you'd like to, go to your insurance choice rather than your firm choice, before you do any kind of declining, please speak with that insurance choice university or college first, just to make sure that they've obviously could still accept you and they've got places available.
Great advice, thank you. So the next one I think is quite important for many people going to university. It's about the student loan. Does applying through clearing affect getting my student loan?
I'll go with that one. Thank you, Ajida. I think there's a couple of things on this one with your student loan. So assuming that you've already applied for a student loan for your first choice, if you have then decided to decline your first choice and go elsewhere, what you will need to do is change your student loan application. So provided you've not started the course yet, you should still be able to go into your Student Finance England account, and you should be able to change your course details to a different provider or course, and then put in the details for that, so they can get that reassessed before you start the course. And the sooner you do that, the better, really, because it does take a little while to process that, and you need that information before you start. So you can do that yourself prior to starting the course. Now, if it comes to a little bit nearer the time and you are worried that you won't get that changed, even if you start your university or college course with the wrong information and the wrong loan, that's still okay. So if you come to Leicester College and you've got a student loan secured for a different course at a different university, if you bring your paperwork to the higher education team or the admissions team, we can get that transferred for you. So we can actually perform the transfer on your behalf. Obviously, it does delay you getting your support, and it does delay you paying your tuition fee loans a little bit. So the sooner you rearrange that course detail, the better. But there are two ways of doing it, and it's absolutely fine for you to change your course even though you've applied for a student loan already. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you. That answered the next question. So the final question that I have is, how do I find student accommodation?
Okay, so accommodation is, there are two ways about this, really. We have foundation degrees, which are mainly awarded by De Montfort University, and a couple of other courses, High National Diploma in Business, High National Diploma in Applied Computing, and our BA Acting course, as well as our suite of foundation degrees, are all awarded by our partner university, which is De Montfort. Should you get a place on one of those courses, you will be then sent information on applying to their accommodation, and you will get support through their accommodation services. And bear in mind that Leicester College is only about a 20-minute walk away from the city centre in the De Montfort University campus. So if you are looking for accommodation, you want to be looking at accommodation within the city centre and the De Montfort University campus area as well. And you will be quite near to Leicester College, whichever campus you are studying on, really. Now, if you are not on a De Montfort awarded programme, we will send you information about applying for accommodation and inquiring about accommodation in an email after you've received an offer. And we recommend that students use a recommended landlord and agency to do that. So if you want accommodation, if you are coming from outside the city centre, we say to all of our applicants, please let us know by emailing the HE office, and we will give you all the advice you need to be able to find that accommodation. We don't actually have our own accommodation service, but there is an absolute plethora of private accommodation within Leicester, and we then refer you to our kind of recommended agency for that. That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. So finally, that was the last question. So was there any other things that we needed to get across or let anyone know? Is that everything that you guys needed to let everyone know about today?
It is from me. Just pop onto our website and have a look at our clearing options.
I'll just put that back up on the bottom. Katie, is that okay for me as well?
Yeah, I was just going to say good luck for anybody getting their results later in August, and yeah, just kind of go for it. Go for whatever you want to study. Now's the time.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us today. If you have any questions, by all means, drop them in the comments box and we will get back to you in relation to all questions as well. And thank you for joining us today.